Hello everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus reading. We're going to use the Albano Rider-Waite Tarot for this reading. I feel like I could use another weekend though. I did a lot of work on the weekend. I did a lot of resting up as well and a lot of chilling out. I did do that. But I also did a lot of stuff. I wanted to get into the astrology and I was just like, no, I feel like I need to do some work on me, do some work on my limitations. So, all right, always helps. That was a very different split. Oh, of course we have the Temperance card. This feels like at the moment the only card in the deck for me. She comes out all the time. All right, the Temperance card is a card that talks about tempering, balance. Balance. The balance of mind and body, the balance of spirituality, logical mindset, the emotions, being able to balance everything out here. And once we have things all balanced, then things come into what we call divine timing. And it's a real strong energy with the Temperance card around divine timing. And when divine timing is there, that means all things are in vibration with each other. It's a very, very strong energy coming through with this card this morning. Because the last couple of weeks she's come across as meaning there was more balance needed or more balance required, more balance within your life. But today she's telling me that something is ready. Something is ready to go. Something is in the right place, right time here. Okay, there is an offer coming through. Maybe you've been waiting for something to come in. You could have been waiting for a job, a course. I almost feel like some of you are waiting for something that's holding you back from moving forward. You could be waiting for some pass mark, qualification. Something is about to move you forward though, and it's coming at the time it needs to come at. More balance, you see. The Two of Pentacles is a little different though. The Two of Pentacles sort of talks of balancing two things, yes, like the Temperance card, and I guess in that respect it's sort of similar energy. But the Two of Pentacles is sort of constantly, it has the number 8, so it sort of implies that you're going round and round and round and round. And it's like you can't move forward here until it gets to the right spot. So I feel really strongly here that you've been waiting for something to happen. And it feels like it's gone around and round and round for a very long time, or it's been in process, I want to say, for a long time, constant process. And it feels like to me with the Temperance card, yeah, that something is coming into play. Something is coming in now that couldn't come in before because the time wasn't right. The Page of Swords talks of, the sword is about clarity, it's about communication and thoughts, and the pages are messengers, so there seems to be some sort of message coming through here that's going to bring you clarity. But I also feel that you may have been really watching things or keeping an eye on things, waiting for, I almost want to say waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for the bow to break. There's something you've been waiting on with that Two of Pentacles. Something that has not been ready, but you've been constantly waiting for it to come through. Something is coming, some sort of truth here that will bring you some awareness or enlightenment here. Whatever this is, it's helping you to realize something that you didn't realize before, or you're waking up to something that you couldn't see before. The Hanged Man sort of talks about seeing something from a different perspective. Okay, so it looks as though, rightio. The Nine of Wands says to me that you've been going through something. You've been going through something. Now, the wands do represent passion. The Nine of Wands talks about the wounded warrior. And what this means is you've been doing something over and over and over again, especially with that Two of Pentacles. You've been repeating some sort of pattern here, and you've been going round and round and round on the pattern and couldn't get off the hamster wheel. Now, the pattern could be a way of thinking, a way of doing things. We know that that pattern can represent a lot of things. And the pattern can represent something you've been not aware of up until now. And I feel like something is coming in here to bring you clarity on what you've been doing for so long and you haven't been getting a result. Because when I see the Devil card here, what I see is some sort of either obsessive behavior or obsession that you have been constantly replaying in your head. Something that you have been thinking a certain way. It's something that you have learned to do. You're chained to this. It's some sort of pattern. But I feel like the time has come to be released. It's almost like you haven't seen it and somebody else is going to help you release this pattern. Here they come with the sword. Possibly a King of Swords here. Okay. For some of you, you could have been repeating some sort of behavior. I feel like whoever this person is, could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius coming through, is going to show you the behavior you've been repeating. They are going to show you something here that's going to make you understand. And I've been seeing this for quite a long time as somebody opening up, coming forward, speaking up, whatever, that's going to show you you've been going through some repetitive pattern here, but you either haven't seen it or you have not been able to really understand it. And something is bringing you clarity here so you can understand how to break the pattern with that Devil card. And I feel like for some of you, with that Temperance card, you weren't ready. You've not been ready before now. You've definitely not been ready to take this. Because that Devil says to me that this pattern, it may be something that you have been so unaware of or so entrenched in that you haven't been able to recognize it. And I know this has come through a lot lately with people saying, I'm not quite sure what pattern I have to release. And sometimes we get a real knock on the head when we realize what we've been doing. It might be a pattern around the way you've been working with your children. It may be a pattern of not setting boundaries, letting things go because it makes you feel better. It could be people pleasing, not being able to say no, putting yourself in positions that are draining and really hard for you because you don't know how to get yourself out of things. Maybe you have a pattern of putting your needs behind other people. Maybe your pattern is around allowing people to treat you poorly. Maybe your pattern is around romantic relationships, perhaps not understanding how to have a healthy relationship with someone. Something here is about to show you what you've been doing. The universe wants you to bring it to a close with that Devil energy. You're being asked to let something go now. It's holding you back from having things. There's a path that is waiting for you, an energy of something trying to move you forward, but you've been chained to something here, chained to a behavior, an idea. It could be a person. It doesn't feel like that though. I feel like it's more of an unaware belief, or maybe it is a limiting belief. Maybe for some of you it is about a negative mindset, but somebody's going to help you clear that. Oh yeah, here she comes. So the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius again. I can't help thinking it's somebody here who is a very logical thinker. This isn't a person. Maybe you've always done everything from your heart. Maybe you were always taught all things come from the heart. Maybe you have not been able to look at things from a logical perspective. And decisions and things we do need a balance of both. So often we do things from the heart, like we might let somebody hurt us or get away with something because we feel great love for them. But something here is telling me that you need to see something from a different perspective. All right, so we have the King of Wands. Oh, look at these two energies right here. That pretty much speaks for itself, doesn't it? So you could be dealing with a Leo, Sag, or Aries here, or an air sign here. Because there's some sort of explanation coming forward that's going to give you clarity. Now, the King of Wands is somebody here who has a lot of power. It could be somebody that you respect or admire in your community. It could be somebody that you have some sort of conflict with at this time. But it looks like somebody's being told something here. Hierophant coming through with the Queen of Wands. Wow. For some of you, there may be some sort of legal decision here that's going to help you move forward. I can't help but see that. Some sort of decision. At the moment, the Hierophant sits between the King and the Queen of Wands, and the King and Queen of Wands have got their backs turned to each other. So you may be dealing with someone that you had conflict with, that you haven't spoken to. Taurus energy coming through here. I feel like somehow or another, I have to say that there's some sort of mixed communication between you and another person. Some sort of miscommunication. So maybe you haven't spoken to someone for a while because of some communication that was miscommunicated and has created a rift between two people when the communication wasn't meant to be the way it was. Maybe the communication came from the heart and not from the logical mind. Let's just keep going. All right, I have the Justice card. Definitely for some of you that has something to do with, look at this energy. You've been on some sort of karmic cycle here. You've got stuck in a cycle. This isn't about just concluding the cycle. This is about being stuck in a cycle. You've been going round and round in this for a very long time. Some sort of negative mindset here. So you may have done something, said something to somebody that's changed something here. But you've never found the resolution here with this person because you've both been stuck in some sort of mindset. But I feel like this was miscommunication. For some of you, you may be married to this person, but it's like you've been going through some sort of miscommunication here. Maybe the person you're dealing with hasn't communicated well enough to you, but it sent you on this spiral where you keep thinking the same thing over and over again rather than getting clarity. And you're about to get clarity here. So maybe you've gone off into some sort of negative pattern or negative way of thinking rather than clarifying. And it's something to do with your destiny here. So it's almost like you've repeated over and over, but never actually clarified. And this is about to come to an end. Whatever situation is going on here, we have the Justice card and the Sun. And that says to me that some sort of patterns being exposed to you here, some sort of negative pattern. And you know, we're all responsible for these patterns. We are responsible to ourselves. You know, sometimes when somebody says or does something, we immediately think the worst. And I've talked about that on here before. You know, you walk down the street and somebody doesn't say hello to you, and then you spend the next 2 or 3 days walking around thinking, what did I do to that person that they wouldn't talk to me? What did I do? What did I say? Did I say something? Did I do something? Did I inadvertently do something? And you go over all your emotions and whatever else, where you've been, what you've done. And then eventually you bump into that person again and they're all friendly. And you feel the courage then to say, why did you ignore me last time? And they say, when? And that time you were walking down the street, I didn't even see you. And you think, I've worried and stressed about this for days. That's what anxiety does for you. And I feel like it's got something to do with that. All right, so we have the Chariot coming through here. So I have strong Taurus, Libra, Leo, Cancer energy in this reading. So you could be dealing with someone who has those things in their chart. There is some sort of cycle coming to a close here. This person is going to step up and tell you that something you were thinking or doing was miscommunicated, or you are being given an opportunity here to say, actually, I miscommunicated something. It wasn't what I meant at the time. There seems to be some divide with someone here. That is a mixed communication or a missed message. Somebody wants to move forward. We have Scorpio energy here as well. All major arcanas right through the middle. And people. In effect, I only have one minor arcana card. So this is the universe putting some sort of karmic cycle to bed. But I feel like you had to learn through this process because it is the end of negative thinking. It is the end of this sort of energy of repeated behavior. And something is moving forward. But in order for it to move forward, we have the Scorpio card here, which means it's like the energy has to change completely. But I do see light being shone on this now. So maybe this is going to sort of really hit home about the way you think or overthink things. I'm interested to see what the last card, there you go, Ace of Wands, a brand new start. All right, let's have a good look at this. All right, so finally things are in the right place, right time. I feel like you've done what you need to do and you've brought yourself into this new time. There is an offer waiting to come forward because you've been repeating this cycle for so long now. The universe wants to help you close it out. The Page of Swords says to me here that you may have been trying to work out what you were doing. You may have not really understood it. Maybe you've not understood your negative patterns. Sometimes we need to sort of get information. Maybe there was immature communication here with this Page of Swords. But something is going to be shown to you here that's going to help you to get away from this pattern that you've been chained to for a very long time. I feel like here it's coming through someone that may be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but I'm feeling more so that this person, whoever they are, is coming in with some sort of clarity for you to understand what you've been doing and how you've been doing it. I can't help but think that has something to do with the way you communicate, your negative energy, your negative patterns, and maybe you're unaware of them. Maybe they're so entrenched within you, you're not seeing them for yourself. This can cause some sort of like defensive behavior here as well. But I feel like whatever's happening here, you're going to get light shone on something. I feel like somebody is coming in to give you an explanation. It will complete some sort of karmic cycle for you and help you to change and move forward. And you've got a brand new start coming out with the Ace of Wands. Knight of Cups here. This could be for some of you some sort of love offer, but you're letting go of something here. Again with Leo energy. You're releasing this past pattern. And it's something to do with love here with this Knight of Cups. All right, let's get you an oracle card. A never-ending story, huh? Doesn't that just say after me saying you've gone through some sort of repeating pattern? 37. Actually, 37 is really good because that adds to 10, which comes back to 1. So that does signify, like the Ace of Wands, that you're getting some sort of brand new start here. Okay, so this is about self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain it is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear it all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. There you go. That's what I'm picking up on really strongly. Miscommunication, reading into things that really shouldn't have been read into. Something here. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So maybe there's some sort of lesson here that you'll all take away from this reading. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thank you.